Hello you guys, this is Christina BX. This is a Get Ready With Me. Thank you for joining me. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to moisturize my skin with this Pond's Daily Moisturizer. I need this because I have very dry skin, and after washing my skin I'm very dry, so I need to put moisture back in my skin. So I'm going to use a very liberal amount of this. You might want to be limited on how much of this you use if you plan on going out, or if you are planning on being active, because this will cause you to sweat. So you really do want to make sure that you get it in, or use very little of it, or maybe not use this product at all if it's going to cause you to sweat. But anyway, I'm going to put this all over my face, on my neck, and get it all moisturized in. Then I'm going to moisturize my lips by using the Sephora lip balm. I love this stuff. It's very creamy, lightweight, and it works well with any lipstick that you put on top of it. So you don't have to worry about wiping this off and putting something on. So now we're going to move into the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. I'm going to put this basically in my T-zone, and the reason why I'm doing that is because I have large pores. So you really want to make sure that you get a smooth surface to put foundation on. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to smooth this around my cheek area, on my nose, around my mouth, and on the center part of my forehead. This is going to also help when I put on my foundation. So once you put on your primer, you want to let that soak in for a minute. So what I do is I move to my brows. So this is the NYX Micro Eyebrow Pencil, and this in the color Espresso, and I am going to actually draw in my brows right now. I'm going to use the spoolie part first, just to make sure that my eyes are going in the direction that I need them to go in order for me to fill them in. Once that's done, I'm going to take the actual brow pencil part, and I'm going to actually just fill in my brows until I'm satisfied with them. Another option that you could use besides using a brow pencil, you could also just use brow gel if you would like to do that, and just get it tinted, and then and that's an easier method. But I do enjoy filling in my brows, and the overall look is amazing. So now once that's done, I'm going to actually conceal around my brows, and I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I love this concealer. It's not too thick. It's kind of, loose enough that it blends really well. And I'm going to blend that in with my BH Cosmetics 7-piece brush sets. And the brush that I'm going to use actually to blend in that concealer is the BH Cosmetics 104 brush. It's an angled brush, and it's very easy to blend in that concealer. So I'm going to blend out that concealer around my brows just to make sure that I get a very smooth and consistent application. I am also going to pull that concealer down onto my lids, and it's also going to do a second job as a lid primer. So you just want to blend that out and pull it down gently so that you don't mess up your brows. The worst thing that you can do is go through the problem of putting on the brows and then mess them up with the concealer. But this is why I do it the way I do it, because now I can go in and just fill in any imperfections that I feel may have gotten erased through the concealer. So now I'm going to go back into the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, and I'm going to use that to conceal my dark under eye area. I'm going to also conceal around my nose where I have drying and redness. And I'm also going to conceal around my mouth and underneath my bottom lip and around the sides. This is also going to give me a little bit more of a lift. And I'm going to blend that in using a shiny brush. And this is an angled brush. It's actually a blush brush, but I find it works amazing for around the eyes because the bristles are just so damn soft that you don't feel that harsh abrasion when I do with other brushes with this. So I really am enjoying this brush to blend in concealer. So I'm going to blend it in around my mouth, my upper lip, around my nose, just anywhere that I have redness or dark circles. So now I'm going to grab my foundation brush, and it's actually a powder brush, but I'm going to use it for, correction, this is a liquid foundation brush from Shany, and it's in sort of a thin angled flat brush, and I'm going to use my Maybelline Fit Me along with my Estee Lauder Double Wear. Now I am 355 Coconut in Maybelline Matte and Poreless Foundation, and I am Rich Cocoa in the Estee Lauder Double Wear. But between these two, I get a great match. I love the color, so I use one drop or so of my Maybelline Matte and Poreless, and then on top of that, I put 1 drop so-ish of my Estee Lauder Double Wear, and they give me a perfectly good application of foundation on my face. So I'm going to dab my brush into that, mixing the two together, and start applying it to my face. What I really liked about this Shany liquid foundation brush, and you can get this Shany brush on Amazon, I believe. These brushes are very inexpensive, but they work very well, I find, to apply makeup. So I'm going to just put that all around my face, being careful of the concealer. Wherever I put concealer, I'm going to pat. And wherever there is no concealer, I'm going to brush in the foundation. I'm going to make sure to get my ears. You want to make sure that your ears are the same color as your face. And I'm also going to make sure that I do blend all of that down onto my neck as well. And to make sure that everything matches pretty good, I'm going to also go over some of that concealer on the upper brow, just so that it blends in. So now I'm going to move into my Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, and I'm also going to pick up the BH Cosmetics 101 Fluffy Brush. And I'm going to go into the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. These colors are amazing. I love these colors. There's nothing negative I can say about this palette. I'm going to go into the color Fudge. I'm going to tap my BH Cosmetics brush into that, and I'm going to then put it into my upper lid. I'm going to blend this out. The reason why I'm doing this is because I have very little lid space, so I have to bring that color up pretty high, close to my brow. So I'm just going to blend this color in. I'm going to work it into my lid. So now I'm going to take the BH Cosmetics 103 brush, which is a flat eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to go into the color Morocco. and I'm going to place that color on my lid. And you can see these colors are amazing. They're so smooth and they just blend very well into the eyes, and they really pick up amazing color. I mean, you just want to tap off the excess and then just go about applying the color. So now I'm going to pick up back that fluffy eye brush with no additional product. I'm just going to blend in that Morocco color with the fudge color, and I'm just going to make sure that they blend well together above my lid, just to make sure that there's no harsh lines. Then I'm going to grab another brush from the BH Cosmetics collection. I can't remember what that brush is right now, but I'm going to go into the Noir color in the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, and I'm going to go into my outer V, and I'm just going to smoke that out. Now with this color, you want to be very, very, very careful with it, because it is a very dark color and it can easily turn everything black. So I want to go into the outer crease area as well as on the V of the outer lid, and I just want to be very precise in blending that into that fudge color, and I want to give a smoky effect. So that is what I'm doing here. And you're going to see that I'm very, very, very careful with how I blend that color out. I don't put it too far in. I just really want to stay to the outside. Then I'm going to pick up that fluffy brush again, and I'm going to use what's product that's left on the brush, and I'm going to blend that color out. I'm going to also go back into fudge and tap my brush and just use it to work that color on both sides of my eyes. I'm going to work that Noir color in so that it's not a sharp, harsh black line. So I'm just going to keep blending until I get the desired effect. So now I'm going to go back into that flat brush 103 brush from BH Cosmetics, and I'm going to go into the color, what color is that? The color Pink Champagne in the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, and I am going to actually put that color in the inner part of my lid. So as you can see, I'm just sort of frosting over that Morocco color, but also the inner part of the lid and all the way up into the upper crease color. So I'm blending it, and I'm only doing it, I would say, about a third of the way, and then completely over the Morocco color on my lid. This is going to create sort of a halo, partial halo ombre effect, but it's also going to brighten up that inner part of the lid so that there's this pop or burst of color, and I just love this. So now I'm going to go back into my fluffy brush, and I'm going to use the fudge color in order to actually blend that color in, but not too much. I still want to keep it very vibrant. I want to make sure that you can tell that there's a frosted or some interest on that inner lid, so it just doesn't blend off into nothing. And there we go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually highlight the face. Now you don't have to do this step, you can leave this as is, but I like a little highlight, so I'm going to actually put this on the high parts of my cheek, under my eye, and you can use whatever color you want. This one is actually quite bright, and I only use it just to give you an example so you can actually see more so the technique than the color. So I'm going to put that on my nose, I'm going to put it on my chin, as well as the inner part of my forehead, and you'll see that. Then I'm going to go into that same brush that I used earlier for my concealer, and I'm going to blend this all in. If this highlighting is too bright, or you find that you put a too bright highlight on your face, one way to tone it down would be to actually go back in with the same brush you used your foundation with and actually apply that over the light color, and it'll also tone it down. I did not do that here, which is what I usually do on my makeup looks, you know, if I'm working or I'm going somewhere where I want to tone it down a bit. But I really wanted to keep it bright today just so you guys could see more so the technique of where to put things on your face. Now again, my face is pretty fat, so I'm drawing it out so that it could be make my face more longer. Anyway, I'm moving into my BH Cosmetic blush and contour palette, and I'm looking for a setting powder. So I'm gonna go into this banana shade in here to set my highlight with, to set that concealer. And I am also going to grab my Shanty Flathead Mineral Powder Brush. I'm going to dip it into that banana color powder, and I am just going to use that to set my highlight. And if you don't want it to crease, or if you don't want it to move, you have to use a setting powder for this part. If you don't, it will cake, it will crease, and it just will not be pleasant throughout the day. Now again, this looks very bright and looks very intense because I just really want to give you an idea of where it's going to go and where it'll be placed. I actually could have done a better job of blending out this concealer, but I kind of sped it up because the video was getting a little bit long and I really wanted to get to the final product. So forgive me guys if I rushed this just a little bit. You can see me smiling because without the lights it looks really, really, really amazing. Okay, so now I'm going to go into my contour brush and I'm going into my Makeup Forever Profusion Sculpting Duo. I love this stuff, you guys. This bronzer is amazing. I wish it came a little bit darker because it would actually bronze better, but whatever. I mean, I still love the color. I still think it does a good job. Also, guys, I do want to let you know a little tip. If you are using cream products, stick to a cream bronzer. Please do not move to a powder because what will happen is sometimes the powder will then separate and it will not look as good as it can. So just now I'm going to actually put on this bronzer. It is a wonderful bronzer. Love the color and it really gives me a nice bronze look. I'm not really contouring, more so than bronzing. So I'm going to put that around my forehead, around that highlight. I'm going to put it under my chin. This is just to cause shadow and pretty much just to give me a nice overall look. Now I'm contouring my nose though with this the bronzer, and I'm just going to make sure that I actually smooth out the highlight on my nose and make sure that everything is just worked out and just looking nice and smooth. So now I'm actually just finishing up my eyeshadow, and what I'm doing is I'm popping a little bit of the color, I believe the color is Chic from the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, and I popped that in the corner. And I'm also putting Soft Peach to highlight my brow bone. I'm sorry guys, I was out of focus, but you actually want to just I'm just highlighting my brow bone. You can see me doing it here. Now I'm going to go into my Lorac Tantalizer. This is in the color, I believe, Golden Glow. I use this as a highlight. I think it's very pretty on brown skin. I think it comes off as like a nice goldy, it just emphasizes so well. I mean, you can use this stuff all day and you will never look as though you put too much highlight on, which is what I like. So I'm going to put it on my nose, my cheeks, and I'm pretty much going to just put on as much as I like because I like that golden look. Now this is my blush, and this is my Color Pop blush in quarters. This is one of my favorite blushes of all times. It's corally, it has browns in it, but it doesn't have too much pink. So when you put it on, you have a little something something, but you just don't look like, you know, you suddenly bust out in blushing, because, you know, we don't blush. So, you know, it's a very good subtle color. So I'm going to just pop that to the back part of my cheeks. You're going to notice I don't put it on the balls of my cheeks because my face is so round. I don't want to emphasize how fat my cheeks are. So I'm just going to push it more so back. Now once all of that is done, this is the Smashbox Primer Water. I'm just going to put that all over my face to set, and it will also help any powders on my face to relax. I'm going to put on a little, pop on a little mascara. Okay, this is the final look. I actually put my unit on, and I actually put my lip color on. If you're interested in the lip color, it is Dahlia by NYX, and this is their high voltage lipsticks. I really love these lipsticks. I mean, they're affordable and they look gorgeous and they're creamy. They're not, to me, really matte, which is what I like. They're creamy. They have sort of a shimmer to them. Also, what I did not film is I actually set my eyebrows with the NYX mascara color for the brows. It's a tinted brow mascara, so I did use that to set my brow with. I did not put any liner on because this is my first makeup tutorial. Most of these products are affordable. Anyone can use them. I hope that this look was easy and simple, because I am easy and simple. I love the pop of color. I love the Anastasia palette. This palette is amazing. The colors in here are amazing. They're very creamy, very blendable. In case you're wondering about my hair, I actually have a wig to video. Either if it's up before this, I'll paste this in the description bar. I mean, in this video I'll paste it for you to click over to that video. If not, then it'll be after, shortly thereafter. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. This is Christina BX, and I will be back with more makeup tutorials, more looks. So come on in and tell me, write in the comments area what looks you would like to see. This is primarily one of my favorite looks. I love purples and nice pink colors and tones and dark lips. I also like nude lips, so I probably will do a nude business tutorial. But until next time, this is Christina BX, and thank you for joining me. I am Products Junkie. See you next time. Bye.